Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, before I get started, listen, um, before I do anything, before I start anything at all, I want everybody right now to subscribe. Who, if you're not subscribed to Crude AF, subscribe to him right now. My man is less than 100 to hitting 10,000 subscribers. I want him to hit 10K tonight. So please, any mods, drop his link in the chat because I want anybody. Sorry, I'm still hoarse from being sick. We'll talk about that a little bit too. But anybody who is not subscribed to Crude AF, he's a stand-up dude. I like his channel a lot. He's a good dude. And he's got great content. And I want to see that dude hit 10K tonight. So please. And I want his link dropped throughout the night until he hits. We're gonna relentlessly drop this dude's link throughout this entire stream. Yeah, burnt toast. I know you got something else you got going on tonight. But thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. It's good to see you as always. And if you're not subscribed to Burnt Toast, please subscribe to her. She is absolute fire. So I'm sorry, guys, that I have not been. I know I posted in community. I took it down because I get a little. Hold on. Yeah, Blood Money. I could see you, dude. I don't know why you couldn't see me in your chat, dude. I don't know why. But yeah, Blood Money, Benny Keys looking ass. I see you in here, dude. Now, I don't know. Like, listen, we're gonna talk about some stuff tonight, and some things that I'm gonna say. Some of you are gonna like, some of you are gonna understand, some of you guys may not. But it's things that I need to go over and talk about. Things I gotta kind of make a little bit clear about myself. But I am I'm really glad to be on because I wasn't even going to go on today because I'm still not 100%. I said if I get to 75%, but I'm more like 65, 70, I'm more, and I feel better than I thought I would sitting here right now. So for everybody who sent love and good vibes for me feeling better, because this thing, I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know, because I'm not even gonna know. By the time I get better, my at-home test that I ordered is gonna get here by the time I get better, and I'm probably gonna test negative anyway. So I don't know, but either way, I'm gonna be glad to get the negative results so that I can go back to the gym, and get back into my routine and start feeling even better than before. So, yeah, so just to keep things moving along, so basically, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, people, because those of you that know me, those of you that have been following me and have been subscribed to me for a long time, not to minimize anybody who's recently subscribed to me, I'm very grateful to you. Thank you very much for that. But I also, this is out of fairness to you, because I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea about me and what my purpose has been of talking about these idiots. Because the truth is I started talking about this, and I started talking about these boobs on the ground, and then the community that was talking about them, we just kind of found each other and started feeding off each other, and it's been a really, really great dynamic. And I love those channels. And I made some new friends, and I'm really grateful that I made some new friends doing that. But I want to be very clear about something. My intention of doing that in the first place, my motivation behind that in the first place, has always been Summer Wells' investigation. I hear this boob horn. She's going off and talking about how Summer's not the Wells's baby. She's our baby. We're Summer's army, she says. Summer's army. make something abundantly fucking clear. Okay? Something abundantly fucking clear. The only army that Summer has, the only Summer's army, are the several law enforcement investigation agencies that are charged with the responsibility of locating her and finding out what happened to her. That's the only Summer's army. That's it. There's no other Summer's army. Summer's army are nothing but the fine law enforcement agencies that have banded together to find her and find out what happened to her. That's it. It's not me. It's not you. It's not these idiots, these blowhard people. It's none of these people. Okay? Make no mistake about that. Make absolutely no mistake about that. So I want to be very, 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 very clear that my intention was to bring as much attention to how idiotic these people were and how counterproductive to a criminal investigation. Well, we don't know for sure. That would mean that it's foul play for sure. We don't know for sure. Now, they're leaning towards foul play. They've been, so let's just call it an investigation to locate a missing child, which is exactly what it is. But the interference of that was something that really bothered me. That was my entire motivation behind this entire time. And me and a few other really good channels have done our part to discredit these people and expose them for the idiots and buffoons that they are. And we've succeeded. We've succeeded. Because the fact is, they're done. I mean, they're at least done with the Summer Wells case. That was my goal. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to stop talking about them altogether forever. That's not to say that at all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a matter of time before these idiots think, because they haven't learned anything. But it's just a matter of time before these idiots think that they're going to do some help in some other investigation. And guess what? I'll be there then too, doing the exact same thing. But beyond how, thank you, Jeremy M. Let me read your, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while either. Hey, Will, been a while since I could comment. Been sick. Me too, man. It sucks. But I've tried to keep up with you, brother. Hope you feel better. Appreciate your insights. Thank you. Patty Whack, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, this has always been. Always. Now, I don't mind roasting and trash talking and having some fun for sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of that shit. And I've had a blast doing it. But the purpose of me doing that was to discredit them enough to where people saw right through their bullshit finally and decided to wake up. And their subscriber counts have plummeted because people are waking up to it. So as far as I'm concerned, me personally, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. So as far as until they do something else, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It seems like Boob Horn has moved on to other things and she's trying to talk about other cases, and that's fine, until she does something totally screwed up. Oh, wait. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. Doris, thank you. Yeah, so until they do something else. But as far as the Summer Wells thing goes, because at this point right now, it just seems like they're just talking about each other. And while they were trying to use Summer's name to exploit them, while they were exploiting Summer's name in order to get attention for drama and trash talk each other and betray each other and do all this back and forth bullshit that I don't fucking care about. Because I mean, the truth is, and this is not to trash anybody. I mean, these are creators that I've made friends with who focus on this shitty behavior that they generally do. The only thing I was concerned with is how it affected Summer's case in her investigation. That's the only thing I ever really cared about. So I'll tear into him for all that stuff, but only when it's pertaining to the Summer Wells investigation. As far as I see, that's over with. Now, it's fun. And I'm not trashing any channels that talk about them on that level, because I've made good friends with some of these channels, and I'm really entertained, and I'm still going to be in the chat for these things, because it doesn't change the fact that these people are boobs. But that's just not what my main focus is on this channel, hardly ever. I had a motivation behind what I was doing, like I said, which was to discredit them for interfering in, so that because the only way they could interfere with this investigation was was because they had backing, they had support. Jagaloons, Shelly Belly, exactly. Thanks to Duty Ron. They had support. You know, I didn't want them to have that support, because without that support, they didn't have anything motivating them to keep doing their shit. To go to Rogersville first and harass, and then come to Knoxville and go back to Rogersville and harass some more. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so, and now what it looks like some of that harassment is coming back on them, and now they're scared, and so they've backed off, and they're trying to steer their content in a different direction. They're trying to slowly steer their content in a different direction, hoping that everybody just kind of forgets about what they did as far as the Wells family goes. But people don't forget. Sorry. Regular cooking show. Well, thanks, Jeremy. Maybe that'll happen. Who knows? But I'm telling you, man, I could cook a few things, and I could cook those things very well, but it's just a few things. It's just a few things. But yeah, I really don't know how much clearer I could be about that. Bobby Pin, thank you. Appreciate that. Now, so like I said, I'm still going to be in support of these other channels. It's just not the kind of content. I'm not going to just change my content, and keep, because it's been making me more money, because it's been getting me more views and getting me more subscribers. I just want to make sure that those of you who are subscribed to me, that I met through this other wonderful community, this Lulz Cow community, those people, I want to make sure that you guys understand where I'm coming from, because what you're going to get moving forward is going to be more case updates. Whatever case comes up, and any case that I've been covering, whatever updates come, because I think the Letitia Stock trial is going to start February. I think it's February. Once that starts, I'm going to be just dove deep into that. So, and that's just one example. But tonight we're going to discuss some of the things, because there's one video. I know that Crude went over it. I know that Burnt Toast went over it. But she names my name quite a bit in that, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And that's why I'm going to cover that, because we're going to get into a little bit of what's going on here. Cracking Cases in the house. Thanks, man. And y'all subscribe to Cracking Cases, because Cracking Cases is definitely all about the Summer Wells investigation as well, and has contributed positive things, which I've mentioned many, many times. So I just want to keep my attention, and I want to keep the attention on facts, and I want to keep the attention on creating awareness on missing kids cases, missing persons cases, and unnecessary murder cases. Well, it's not an unnecessary murder. It's called an accident. Excuse me, but but anybody who's murdered and just senselessly, it's something that is always going to interest me, and I'm always going to talk about it, because it's something that I've always talked about. So I don't want to give my my subscribers that have been subscribed to me for a long time, I don't want to give them the impression that I'm steering in another direction, because I'm not. I'm not at all. You know, you guys have always known me to troll those creators that do counterproductive things to these investigations. This is no different than anything that I've done in the past. I've taken on creators in the past and done the same thing. I went through this with Critical K, Jays for Justice, all kinds of people. So that's something I'm always going to do. You know, and you know, we'll so right now, there's no updates on the Summer Wells case. The biggest update was that there was a group of fucking morons that were interfering with an investigation, tampering with potential witnesses, harassing potential witnesses. And if not potential witnesses, and if not potential potential persons of interests, well, then most importantly, they were victims. Their little girls missing. And there's nothing that these idiots are going to say that's going to convince me that their actions have been justified this entire time. There's nothing they're going to say that's going to convince me of that. And they can threaten all they want. They could sit there, because this is what always happens. Let me go ahead and start playing it. Now, Crude AF went over this, Burnt Toast went over this, but I'm going over it now. So, it's amazing that I'm still annoyed by these people.
Through the computer, through state lines. That's
again, I'm
conduct.
prettier than this woman, so she's getting minimized.
So I follow the law, and they break the law. And then they want to talk about my past criminal history, which obviously I'm not breaking the law right now, right? I haven't.
Well, no, because your mom's driving. That's why you're not breaking the law.
So, you know, Cynthia with SNN, I went there to
all right. So she just said she hasn't broken the law in years. That's a damn lie. She broke the law in 2021.
defend myself. She never even once picked up the phone to call me. She was a poor young news reporter that, you know, now I'm trying to decide whether to get an attorney and sue her for slander and libel because she misrepresented facts.
She's talking about a poor news reporter. Now, this news reporter has a college education, has been nominated for Emmys. So, I mean, what? This is how delusional this person is. And this is the thing: is fret not, people. Please don't think that. Please don't be disappointed when you hear me say, hey, I'm going to stop talking about this and blah, blah, blah. I'm just talking about the Summer Wells because they're giving up on the Summer Wells case. As soon as they start doing the same shit to another family, you better believe I'm going to be right there. I'm not even by a damn sight done with Bullhorn Betty. Glad I found you tonight. You are on it. Thank you, Valerie Price. I appreciate that. Okay, hold on a second.
And I clearly said, I'm going to use my platform to burn down your house, which is a political term. Burning down the—
But you got the political term wrong. The political term is bring down the house. And the reason why, now that could normally be something like, that could normally be misunderstood, be like, oh, well, you know, okay, I misworded it. You know what I mean? But you were talking about it in reference to taking revenge on an abortion clinic that had been burned down. Make no mistake about that, people. Betty, I'm talking to you, okay? You were saying that this is why it was taken that way. This is why that news reporter took it that way. It's not slander. You said in response to that abortion clinic being burned down, you were going to burn down this dude's house. That's what you said. Now, whether you meant it that way or not, you should choose your words more carefully. You need to take accountability for how you talk and the words you choose. It is just that simple. It is on you It is on you that this was interpreted that way. It's on you that people are quick to misinterpret what you say if that's the case. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying it's your fault because of your irrational actions. It's your fault because of your 42-time criminal record. That's all your fault. You want to blame everyone else. You want to blame me. You want to blame Crude AF. You want to blame Burnt Toast. You want to blame Kraken Cases. Are you serious? You want to blame Kraken Cases for your bullshit. What did Kraken, and this is the thing that pisses me off about people getting on Kraken Cases. Kraken Cases hasn't talked shit, to my knowledge anyway, but Kraken Cases hasn't talked shit about any other creators this whole time. Not since I known them. Not since I known them. Kraken Cases has not done that. So, I mean, don't sit here and act like you're this victim. I mean, this is classic abusive person behavior. It's to sit there and blame everyone else. To sit there and blame everyone else without taking any accountability for your own actions, without taking any inventory on self-awareness. It's classic. She's totally oblivious. Right now, if she's listening to this, she thinks that I'm victimizing her. She thinks that I'm bashing her and being abusive towards her. You know, I mean, and if you put her on a lie detector, she'd probably pass. If you asked her, is the glarer being unfair to you? Is he bashing you? Is he bullying you? I guarantee you that's what she'd say. She'd be like, yes. And the needles would be like, bloop, 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 bloop. Nice and steady, bro. Nice and steady. I mean, you can't get through with somebody like this. This is what makes her so much fun to tear apart. Is because she's just going to keep going. She's going to find more delusional justification for every single time somebody responds to her delusional justification from before. It's all too easy. It's all too easy.
The house is a political term that we've used many times. It doesn't mean arson. It doesn't mean violence. The people that sent it over to her knew that. She knew that. And she still ran with the story.
Now, as far as I know, nobody sent her over anything. You're on YouTube, jackass. You're on YouTube, and you and Big Juicy Dumpy Dump made it a point to actually contact mainstream media and make spectacles of yourselves. And you want to blame us because some local media source where you live picked up your story and put you out there and just did the same thing that we're doing. The only difference is it's a reputable mainstream media source. That's the only difference between her and us. We saw you acting like a jackass and we decided to talk about it. It's nothing else other than that.
Anyways. And so and law enforcement never reached out to me because law enforcement, again, knows me personally here. I work with I've worked with the school board, the BOCC.
Okay, stop right there. Stop. You never worked with the school board. All you did was infiltrate public school board meetings that were open to the public when you're not even a parent, just to make a spectacle of yourself and get clout and draw attention to yourself. You would infiltrate the podium and speak up and spew out a bunch of word salad bullshit nonsense to get attention because you are a fucking Karen. You are nothing but a fucking Karen. You are a career Karen. You just said that what you do is what you do as a career. This is your career, right? But all we see you doing is being a Karen. That's all we ever see you do. Jeremy M, you're killing me, dude. Let's see. You're killing. Someone I work with always talks about throwing a chancleta at her kids. Does it apply in this situation? Not sure what it means. I'm glad you asked that. For your $4.99 donation, Jeremy M, I'm going to interrupt my Karen bashing here. And I'm going to explain to you what a chancleta is. Well, what she said, she talks about throwing a chancleta, but what she should be saying and simplifying it, she should be saying she's going to give her kids what's known as a chancletazo. Okay, a chancletazo is when you get hit by generally a female elder in your Hispanic family. It is. I'm just gonna wait for Venice Richardson to vent here before I continue. If are you done? You good? You get it all out there? All right, cool. A chancletazo is what's generally known as getting hit with a slipper, because a chancleta is usually a slipper or a sandal by usually a female elder in your Hispanic family. So that's what she means by that she's going to take off her slipper or sandal and beat her kid with it. It's very common. It's very common upbringing in a Hispanic household. It's that's all that is. That is all that is. You like that looking ass? Oh man, I'm sorry you've been sick. Me too, man. It sucks. I hope you feel better. I hope you're feeling better, dude.
Rick Wells knows I'm not a violent guy or girl, person.
Oops.
And you may never heard it. Bernie, it's all over. Look it up on Google. They make a song about it, for the love of God.
All right. Let me tell you something.
Chris.
Tell you something stupid. First of all, fuck you for even referencing Talking Heads. You don't deserve, a brain like yours does not deserve Talking Heads because it would fall on deaf ears. Okay? Talking Heads are a great band. Don't reference Talking Heads. Please. You can't even remember their fucking name. So how are you going to even understand what the hell the song's about?
Kirk. They make a song about it. And, and it's all because these YouTubers don't like me and want to try to take me off of YouTube.
Listen,
so what are they?
Nobody's trying to take you off of YouTube. Now, I did write a tweet tagging Team YouTube about her because they need to know about her, because she's out here trying to false flag people. And YouTube generally, now I haven't been flagged yet, but YouTube generally will strike your channel and then investigate, generally. But lately they've been good about it, because Comicals of Olivia Cochina, she tried to strike me and YouTube was like, no. So it worked out in my favor. So maybe that doesn't apply so much now. But no, I just want to make sure that YouTube is aware of you and your antics, because you are clearly in violation of terms of service with your behavior. Clearly in violation.
They do. They go to my local news.
Nobody did that.
To perpetrate more harassment upon me.
Oh, okay. Okay, wait. Let's I gotta, again, people, I gotta hear that one more time, because I can't believe my fucking ears.
And and it's all because these YouTubers don't like me and want to try to take me off of YouTube. So what do? They go to my local news, right?
We didn't. Nobody did.
To perpetrate more harassment upon me.
Nobody harassed you. I see. I love that. I love that she's saying.
And these are men. These are men.
Oh, here we go. So, so the person who I just spent the last couple of months And so many other channels have spent the last couple of months showing her harassing a missing little girl's family, harassing, getting the man fired from his job, and she's accusing somebody else of harassment. I can't describe how rich that is. I mean, like, and she filmed herself doing it. It's not like somebody caught her. You know what I'm saying? She was clearly committing a crime and acting like, and, yeah, Joe Smith, we went over this in Berto's chat. Yeah, these are all men. These are men. No, Berto's is not a man. Let's see. The Glare, I love your channel. Keep your foot on the necks and keep them accountable. Thank you. Things that I found you love. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you found me too. Yes, and Cherry is too funny. Yes, I mean, for her to accuse people of harassment is just beyond rich, man. Like I can't. It's so precious. It's so precious because like I was saying, it's not like somebody was like, oh my God, look at this person, get that person on film because they're clearly harassing a victim's family and trying to get them fired from their job, trying to cost them their livelihood. No, they filmed themselves and used it for content. Thank you. Welcome for the love of books. Thank you. It's this lady's killing me right now.
Coming after a woman. I have not talked about them.
Okay, listen. No. Genetically, okay, biologically, you are a woman. Morally, no. Morally speaking, humanely speaking, in that sense, you are the furthest thing from a woman in the world. You're not a man either. You're I don't know what you are. But a woman doesn't beat the shit out of every single person that lives under the same roof with her that says that they love her. A woman doesn't do that. A man doesn't do that either. A monster does that. A disgusting monster does that.
I have not brought up them on my lives. I don't make money off them.
You don't bring us up on your lives for the same reason that Molly Golightly did not bring us up on her lives. The reason for that is because she was simply afraid, because notice something, people. The idea was to get on her last nerve, was to troll the hell out of her to the point to where she starts talking about us on her channel. What happens? See, Molly Golightly, she's no stranger to YouTube. She's no wet behind the ears YouTuber. She's been doing this a while. She's been doing this for quite a while. She's been playing this game for a long time. So what this green YouTuber doesn't understand that Molly Golightly understands is if you mention our names and start hitting us back on your channel, then their audience is going to get curious and come check us out. And they were very, very, very afraid. Hold on. Oh, I got to give a shout out here real quick. Jeremy, just dude. Jeremy M is still he's sending me PayPals now because he's super. That's like easily one of my biggest supporters, man. I'm so grateful for that guy. Really, Panda? Yeah? Is that right? Are you sure? Are you okay? Just checking. So I forgot what I was saying because I got a lot of distractions going on out here right now. Okay. Um, sorry about that, guys. Um, so I forgot where I was at. Let's just keep going here. I was probably
Like,
making a really good point too, but
I could prove that Crude AF has done nothing but profit and increase membership since he's been coming after me.
now I remember. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, Molly Golightly understands that what's going to happen, and this is why she didn't mention it. It's not because of spite. She's like, I don't want them making any money off my name. That wasn't the reason why she wouldn't mention our names. She knows that everything that we've been saying makes perfect sense. She knows everything that we've been saying is absolutely true. Molly Golightly is an idiot, but she's not stupid. Okay? She's not stupid. She understands how YouTube works. All right. So she knows she knows what she's doing. She's aware that she's exploiting this child for content because we heard her straight up say that she considered Summer Wells to be a cash cow, correct? Yes, we all heard it. Now, what she's afraid of by mentioning us and getting into some sort of rivalry with us verbally on her channel is her listeners are going to come listen to us. And she's afraid that we're going to make a lot of sense to them. That's what she's afraid of, that we're going to make a lot of sense to them. This idiot couldn't figure that out. And so we got so deep under her skin that she just had to call us out. And guess what happened? Subscriber count. Now it never, but it went down significantly.
Since he's been cyberbullying me day in and day out on his channel.
Crude AF. And Crude AF, he does not cyberbully. Okay. Does he call out bullshit? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And he does it well, but he does it fairly. Like I've seen this guy misspeak and then somebody in his chat will say, hey, that's not exactly true. And he'll be like, all right, okay, maybe I'm mistaken. And then he'll go back and he'll fact check. And if he's wrong, and he has been, he'll go, I apologize, people. That was my fault. Blah, blah, blah. If he was cyberbullying, he'd be making up lies. He'd be making up lies. He'd be doing all kinds of just anything that he could say to get viewers, to get subs. But he seems to be somebody like myself, like Burnt Toast, that we just want you to know the truth. Make your own judgment. Once we present the truth to you, make your own judgment. That is the one thing, well, that's one of the many things that I have in common with these new friends that I've made on that community. Now, I probably won't be doing the same thing that, like I said, but I'll still be in their chats. I'll still be supporting them for sure. I'm just going to be focused on crime cases, mostly, as I was before. And like I said, and I will still be calling these people out. So, Cherry. All right.
Harper, I don't do what they are doing. I do everything lawfully, you dumbass.
Okay, the first part of that statement was correct. She does not do what we do. She does not do anything close to what we do. Nothing to what I do anyway. That's for sure. And not what they do either. But speaking for myself, she doesn't do anything that I do. She claims to, but she doesn't. Not at all.
Everything. Get out of my channel.
Look at how she treats her subs, dude. Like, get out of my channel.
So we've got, guys, the trolls are going to be in here. So my mods are going to have to kick. I don't even want the garbage. I'm so sick of the garbage. Good morning, vet girl. Good morning. I love you. I know that I'm glad to see you in here. So what they are doing is a criminal conduct. What I'm doing is completely lawful. Do you understand that?
No, it's not.
Many people don't understand.
You manipulate the law. You manipulate the law in order to break the law. That's what you do. Because there's no way, shape, or form that it's lawful to show up to a man's job and scream and yell and throw false accusations at him, because at this point so far, they're false until they're proven to be true. And they have not been proven to be true. So they're false. And that's slander. So she's out here screaming and yelling and screaming, fire him then. Fire him from his job. We heard it here. We heard it on many other channels. She screamed out, fire him. Like, yeah, I'm not going to just let you get away with this kind of shit. I'm not going to just let you sit here and try to justify your actions with bullshit, because that's what it is. It's pure bullshit what you're saying here.
Understand that, right? Because they're so stupid. They think they know the law when they don't.
We know it better than you. At least I do. Clearly. At least I do. Like, because you haven't said almost anything correct since I started covering your shit. You don't know anything.
So I'm over it. I will be fighting back on all fronts to them. And I'm not going to sit here and cyber bully them. I'm not going to go down to.
No, you're just going to cyber bully and like physically bully a missing girl's parents, who you have no proof of any wrongdoing. None at all.
Their level, but what they are doing is criminal conduct, and they will certainly find out that very, very.
I'm still waiting on a cop to tell me that. Some law enforcement officer going, hey, we're getting some complaints about blah, blah, blah. All anybody has to do is just watch this woman and watch her content. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do. Like, she's that delusional to where she actually thinks that what she's doing is somehow morally justified. And it's not in the slightest bit. Jeremy M., stop it. Crude AF is not a bully at all. The truth rises to the top and wins in the end. Plus, Claire should make a macaroni cheese dish. Share. All right, man. You convinced me. I will make a macaroni and cheese dish. I'll figure it out. And it's not even going to be that Kraft box stuff, which is the best, by the way. I'd rather have that than any other, like that fancy baked stuff, which I'll probably do, but I'd rather have the Kraft. Like, yeah, it's just delicious. It's slimy ass sauce. It's so good.
Very soon.
Yeah, and that's all this is.
It's irritating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are we getting to you? 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 Are we getting to you?
Yes, he does. Good morning. So anyways, you guys know I'm heading to Louisiana today. I'm on the road. And I just want to say that it was nothing more than a tactic. I'm not going to jail because I do nothing wrong. I don't break the law. You got to break the law.
There's a rap sheet of like 42 charges that says different.
I hope they go to jail. Every last one of them.
What exactly am I going to go to jail for? I can only speak for myself, but what exactly am I going to go to jail for? I mean, being hilarious? Is that what's going to happen? Am I going to go to jail for being witty? Like, what crime am I committing? I would let me just not even go any further with that. Just
There's going to be more. Anybody that's been attacked by the glarer, cyberbullied by a crude AF, cyberbullied by the.
So Annie, she just did it. Annie from 10 to Life is a friend of mine. She goes, she used to she used to crack up when I would like, because I've done this many times before with other people who hated my guts. I got so many haters. And whenever they'd say my name, they'd be like the glarer. I didn't catch it before, but she just totally did it. And I like would mock them and be like, when I talk about myself, I'd be like the glare, and Annie would crack up. She just totally did it. Hold on, I gotta hear that one more time.
There's going to be more. Anybody that's been attacked by the glarer, cyberbullied by a crude AF, cyberbullied by the glarer, I want to know about it. I want to know your story. I want to hear from you. Gloves are off.
Yo, all this laughter, guys. My road to recovery is fucked. Okay, like I'm gonna be back in bed after this, like fucking hurt. And, like I should not be doing this. I should be totally in bed. Oh God. Oh my God, this is so much fun.
You will not intimidate me over money and power on YouTube. You don't have that type.
Who is asking you for money? Like what? Like that is projection if I've ever seen it in my life, dude. Like that is the craziest projection. Oh, yes. And we're going to be talking about Oakley Carlson more. Find Oakley Carlson. We're going to be talking about her more in the near future. I promise you. Okay. So money and power. Money and power. Panda. Are you good? All right. Yeah. Money and power, people. What do you think about money and power, Panda? Huh? Panda doesn't think much of it. See, I don't think much of it either. honestly, because I'm Mr. Bicycle Man. that was her biggest dig. I could talk about the glare, but Mr. Bicycle Man, like, I mean, if you're taking a jab, let me be clear about something. If you're taking a jab at the fact at my station in life, at my age, I could do you one better. I don't even own a bicycle. I don't even own one. So you got me there.
A platform. You guys are nobodies. And send your trolls. Go ahead and send all your little trolls in here to try to mock and block me.
Now mock and block you. How can first of all, I've never sent a troll anywhere. But how can one of us send a troll inside your chat and block you? I mean, they could block you to their own shit so they don't have to see your comments. But how is it that we could block you? This woman literally has no fucking idea what she's talking about. She doesn't know how to process thought before the thought comes out of her fucking mouth. Exactly. Our little trolls with their little morals, with their little convictions.
Good morning.
Look at it. She's mad She made herself mad. Nobody made her mad.
Don't worry. More and more is going to start coming out. You know,
she doesn't even have to drive, bro. She's got her mom chauffeuring her ass around all the way to Louisiana. She's got her mom driving all the way from Florida to Louisiana, right? She's doing the driving and she's talking to herself and she's getting mad. Like, enjoy the view. You're on a goddamn road. Can you imagine her mom? Like, if I'm her mom, I'm just like, fuck, how long is this drive gonna be, dude? Jeremy F. Stop it, dude. Mr. Bicycle Man, here's to you. You report the truth as you see it, and it's much appreciated and his breath of fresh air, to be honest. Much love and thanks to you. Hey, thanks to you, man. That's very generous, man. Thank you so much for that. Oh, yeah, that's her mom driving, dude. You know, and I'm not trashing her for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who knows what the reasons are? Maybe it's another DUI. Who knows? I don't know. But her mom's driving and she's like, dude, it's the sunrise. Like what's blowing me away about this video is the only thing that's ruining it is her shitty fucking contempt for life, her hatred, right? Hey, guys, don't donate money to me for a bicycle because I'm not asking for one because I'm not going to spend that shit on a bicycle. I'm letting y'all know right now. That's just not going to a bicycle. So, I mean, if you want to give me money, give me money. I'm not going to complain about that. But I'm saying it's not going to a bike. I'm good on that. I don't need it. But like, what's blowing my mind here is as we're listening to this person and we're fixated on the hatred on her face, there is a beautiful sunrise taking place all around her. You're seeing the daylight come. It's getting from darkest to light. And yet the hatred in her face is sucking all of the attention and energy towards her. It's a sad thing, dude.
And not only that, but they need to be exposed for the garbage that they are. They need to be exposed, and I'm in the exposure business.
Exposed.
I'm in the exposure business.
They need to be exposed.
They can keep.
I'm in the exposure business. What are you, a fucking flasher? That's the only exposure business that I can imagine you actually being in. You're not in any exposure business. And let me explain something to you. I'll get to that.
Talking about me, keep hearing me. I'm telling you, it's going to hurt them in the long run. This is far from over. This is
okay. So that's a threat. Noted.
Just beginning. This is
just beginning.
It's just beginning. All right.
Like, so she's gathering people. This person, this V George idiot, is Lab 15 supplying all videos to all YouTubers. She's working with Crude AF. Now CC wants to join in supplying infos. I mean, you don't understand. Your shit is public record. And we don't care about anything else. Like, I don't give a shit about her relationship with her mom. I don't give a shit about what her and her boyfriends that she beat up and her husbands that she beat up, what they actually fought about. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. All I'm saying, and all Crude AF has been saying, all Burnt Toast has been saying, is that she has a criminal record and has an extensive criminal record, and probably a more extensive criminal record than any serial killer in history. 42 arrests. That's crazy. And she wants to talk about Don Wells and how he needs to be stopped.
Thank you for that information. I want anybody on my web sleuths in here to start sending me information to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm going to start preparing a file for them, and I need your help to do so. Thank you.
A file.
Thank you. So,
but exposing is what you do. So you tell me you can't do your own goddamn research? Since you're an investigative gonzo journalist, you can't do your own goddamn research? Are you fucking kidding me?
So, this is going into pretty dangerous levels. When you start trying to insinuate that I'm an arsonist, now you're really you're going too far.
Hold on, I missed a super chat here. McKenna P, investigative journalist / expert missing person recovery specialist / constitutional scholar / social media influencer.
So I just want to forewarn everybody that this is far from over, and I need your help. So first thing I need is people telling Cynthia how foolish she was to be so naive to fall in their trap. That's the first thing. The second thing is we're going to be the cyberbullying that is being perpetrated by a few key people. We're gonna be focusing. I need as much information that you guys can find on the glare, on Bert.
This is how I know that what I'm doing is working. Is when I get some jackass who hates my guts because I call them out on the truth, and they go, send me everything you got on the glare. If you have any information on the glare, send me that information. Now, I won't name names. I'm tempted to. Because somebody, never mind. I won't get into that. I'm going to be a good boy in that on that front. But the point is this is how I know that what I'm doing is absolutely effective. When they have no logic to counter my logic, they get so frustrated and they say, get me as much information as you can on the glare. It's like a villain in a fucking Bond movie. Find me what you can on them. Blast it anyhow. You get me every bit of information you can on him. I will destroy them. You sound like a fucking poodle petting villain, bro. That's what you sound like. You sound fucking ridiculous. Like a moron.
Toast and on crude AF.
Okay. Now let's what I love, and I've stated this many times, and I'm going to state it again. What I love about burnt toast and all this is you'll never dox burnt toast. You will never ever dox burnt toast. Burnt toast is 100% anonymous. She went about this absolutely the right way. You're never going to get information on her. She's never going to slip and give information. She is too smart. And this absolutely and totally, this 155% chaps this woman's ass to no end. It chaps this woman's ass to no end. Hold on, my internet is running slow. Okay, I think it's coming back. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my internet right now. There we go. Yeah, it's making her skin crawl that burnt toast is as accurate with information as she is, and there's nothing she can do about it. There's nothing she can do about it. There's no way to find anybody who knows her in personal life to tell lies about her and tell whatever about her. There's nobody. She's 100% anonymous. It's great. It's great. And my favorite part of that is it just makes this person's skin crawl. like it's on fire, like she's on opiate withdrawals, and there's nothing she can do about it. That's I think it's hilarious to me.
To prepare the package, we are going to be going to YouTube.
Don't you love how you can threaten people and slander people and, you know, on a YouTube video and still get it monetized, yet somebody who shares information on a missing child simply because it's a touchy subject of a missing child, their shit'll get flagged. Don't you just love how YouTube works in that sense? It's hilarious to me.
Information and going to present the case. Again, we got time. We're trying to set up the appointment with the attorney. Olivia decided to take a just a small vacay in an area in Florida, so she should be back here.
Olivia Cochina.
So this is going to start costing a lot of money, and we don't really care because at this point, what they are doing is criminal conduct.
No, it's not.
They're breaking the law every
No, we're
day.
No, we're not.
And then they're trying to turn it around as if, yes, thank you. What is that? Is that white collar? Is that white collar
fuck
crime?
Is she talking about?
I think it is.
White collar crime.
Okay,
so what's going on is somebody in the chat is trying to say that we're committing white collar crimes. De verdad. White collar crimes. Like, are we committing corporate espionage over here? Is that what we're doing? Right? Are we doing insider trading? Is that what we're doing? Or are we just calling you out on your bullshit? Like, since when is that a white collar crime? I'm not. I haven't made sound enough life choices to commit any crime that would ever be considered white collar. I'd have to, I think you have to be a college graduate or at least someone of a 6-figure income to be able to commit a white collar crime. I think. I don't know.
That's why I'm posting these things is because I'm going to be going back and getting this and looking at this, and it's easier for me to do that.
Go on, shoulder ahead.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Mom, they're just plastic bags. Yeah, thank you. Mom.
Did you catch that?
At any rate.
Did you catch that? Like, she just basically told her mom to shut up without telling her to shut up. Like, I mean, I don't care how old I get. There is no way, dude. I'm always going to be scared of the chancletazo, dude. Like, I'm always going to be scared of the chancletazo no matter how old I get. I will never, if I talk to my mom like that, if I even gave her a look like of mom, like, dude, that's how that would go down. I mean, no matter how old you get, in a Hispanic household, you are taught, no matter how old you get, you respect your elders. No matter how old you get. Like, let's watch that again. Let's watch the little attitude towards mom again.
Mom, they're just plastic bags. Yeah, thank you. Mom.
She just shushed her mom, dude. She just shushed her mom. Like, really? Like, really? She said they're just plastic bags. And then mom was like, yeah, but they passed in front of a motorcycle. And I guess she was worried about the motorcycle person crashing on the highway. She don't give a shit. You know, they're talking about somebody who likes to get sauced up and get behind the wheel of a car and get caught doing it. Right? Of course, she don't care. You know, but mom's empathetic and was just like, oh, that person on the motorcycle is going to get hurt. Mom. She even like put her hands on her, like shut her up. Let's watch that one more time. One more time.
And getting this and looking at this, and it's easier for me to do that.
People on shoulder ahead.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
So a plastic bag went over the car. Mom says, Jesus Christ.
Mom, they're just plastic bags. Thank you. Mom.
She said, we're in front of a motorcycle. She's afraid of hitting the motorcycle. One more time.
Jesus Christ. Mom, they're just plastic bags. Thank you. Mom.
This lady sucks, dude. Hello from Poland. I'm listening and learning English. Well, I hope you learned. Well, I speak Spanglish sometimes, so I don't know if I can help you there. You know, some of the stuff I say are Spanish words, and I don't know if you're going to know the difference because I don't know how to speak Polish. But I hope I could help. She said, Mom, yo, if I ever did that to my mom, and while she's driving, like, my mom would be driving, talk about like this, and then I do that to her, she'll go. And then it's over. Car's pulled over. She'll say, what did you just do? Did you just touch my arm? Yeah? Did you just touch my arm while I was driving and shut me up? Really? Okay. Chancleta. It'd be over, dude. It'd be over.
So at any rate, I hopefully my internet's going to be good. I don't know what was going on. It was failing to roam earlier, but it looks like I'm pretty strong right now on the internet.
Now, we talked about this in chats of Crude AF and Burnt Toast. We talked about this in their chats. I find it funny. I do find it funny because what she's using is her laptop. She's using her laptop right now. And she's probably, I mean, you have over 7,000 subscribers, you know, you have enough watch time. You can stream from your phone. Once you hit 1,000 subs, you can stream from your phone. You know what I mean? Why not just use your phone like everybody else who streams driving the car or riding in the car, right? And how's she getting internet on her laptop driving in the car? I wonder. What she's doing is she's got to be, there's no other explanation for this. She's got to be actually using her phone where the data would actually give her a clear definition of, give her, she's using her phone for a hotspot to use her computer to stream from. So if you just use the data from her phone, she wouldn't have these problems. She wouldn't have these problems. Not in Florida. On the way to Louisiana, you wouldn't. Now, when you get into the mountains, that's a different story. In all fairness, here in Tennessee, that happens. You get into the mountains, you lose some signal. It happens. But we're talking, she's using the device that she would actually get a clear picture on without any interruption as a hotspot to run her computer. A secondary. Dude, listen, I'm having trouble. I just got a MacBook Pro, and this is what's really ironic because we were also joking in a chat about her having trying to get a MacBook Pro, and somebody in chat was talking about how like that's way too fucking advanced for her, obviously. But the MacBook Pro that I got now, which was ironically also donated to me, which I'm very, very grateful for. The MacBook Pro that I have, I was just talking to Josh from Dad Challenge podcast, right? I was texting with him and I was like, dude, I don't know what the fucking do with this thing. You know, like I am such a boomer. I cannot computer. You know what I mean? So like it's too advanced for me. And I was talking to Josh from Tat Challenge podcast. I was like, dude, I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I have this amazing tool to where like I plan on using it to improve my content, make way better videos and edit everything like that. And I was like, I'll be honest with you. It's like owning a Ferrari and I can't even pull it out of the driveway. I don't even know how to pull it out of the driveway. Like, think about that for a second. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with this computer right now. It's fast. I could work StreamYard. I could do, dude, but I can't, dude. I can't even copy and paste on this thing. I had to restart, shut things down because I couldn't even figure out how to exit a program and like refresh it. I'm serious. There's no better analogy than that. It is like having a Ferrari that I can't even put in reverse and get out of the driveway. It's crazy. Like I can enjoy the music. It's got a dope stereo system. You know what I'm saying? I could sit in it, blast the AC, you know, but I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. So yeah, somebody was just talking about like that's just too advanced for her. She's not gonna know what the hell to do with that damn thing.
But I don't know if it falls under hate speech. I definitely know it's harassment, and cyberbullying. What I do is protesting
and hate speech.
And right for
protesting and hate speech is what you do. I could tell you that, to answer your question, no, it does not fall under hate speech. What I do and what these others that you're mentioning do, it does not fall under hate speech, but it does absolutely 150% fall under hate speech what you do when you call it protesting. Because when you go around throwing up white power symbols with your fingers, now this is the thing, is people are sitting there and going, that doesn't mean white power. That doesn't mean white power. It absolutely does, because you're looking at the three right here. It's simple, makes perfect sense. The 3 is a W, and then this makes a P. White power, very easy. Don't sit there and tell me you're throwing this up and you don't know that, because if you don't know what something means, don't throw it up. And if you're sitting there hanging around and kicking it with people that are clearly racist and saying white power out loud, and you're throwing that sign up, don't sit there and act like you don't know what you're doing and play ignorant on here, try to convince people that you're something that you're not something that you are, which is an absolute flaming racist.
Peacefully assemble is protected under our Constitution. What they are doing is criminal conduct. And they're doing criminal conduct, and then they're acting like it's me.
This, what I'm doing right now, is protected under our Constitution. Hold on. Got to give a shout out real quick. Beth, thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, what I'm doing right now is protected under the Constitution, under the First Amendment. And it's not even the Constitution. It's the Bill of Rights, stupid. Like, it's not even the Constitution. Constitution and the Bill of Rights are two different things. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? There's nothing in the Constitution about free speech.
Me, and I haven't broken the law. I haven't broken the law in years. Have I? Of course I have. Many of you guys know my past. So,
but now she's admitting that she did break the law. So first she tried to hide behind, well, I was never convicted, so innocent until proven guilty, right? Due process. I was never convicted. So by saying I was never convicted implies that she's trying to say I never broke the law. Because if I had broken the law, well, then I would have been convicted of it, wouldn't I have? But I have to reiterate a very, very good point that Burnt Toast made more than once. I have to reiterate this. She made it in my chat several times, and she said it on her channel. Imagine if a man was arrested 42 times for domestic violence, and then says, I'm not an abuser because the person who I allegedly beat up refused to press charges. So that does not make me an abuser. Imagine if a man said that. Just think about that.
You know, stepped away from that. I never lied. I never deceived. They're trying to manipulate the truth. They're trying to make it more than what it was. They're the ones that are trying to flip what truly happened. And that's on them, not on me.
How are we flipping what truly happened when it's in a detailed police report, many detailed police reports? How am I making something out to be something? Take it up with the cop who wrote the report and submitted it and is now public record. Take it up with that guy. All I did was read something. All Burnt Toast did was read something. And what I read, only one example. To give you only one example, you allegedly threatened to cut a guy into pieces and leave him in the road, and you threatened to kill his family because you were connected, and you threatened to kill the cop because you're connected, because you know people. That doesn't sound like a victim to me, and it sure as hell doesn't sound like I twisted your words. The cop may have, fair enough. The cop who wrote the report may have, fair enough. I didn't.
A lot of tumultuous problems in my relationships. I was a battered woman.
No, you weren't.
I was a battered woman. Did I fight back? Yeah, there was a time and a place
now,
where I did.
Let me be clear about that. I'm not saying at no point was she ever a battered woman. I'm not saying she was never a battered woman. It's quite possible that it's a Eileen Warno type situation where she was abused by men for so long, or by a man for so long, that she decided, fuck this, and then just went nuts and then just started beating up every dude that she ended up getting with. But make no mistake, she beat up every dude that she ended up getting with from the time that she was charged. I mean, but I doubt it. I doubt that she was ever a battered woman necessarily, because her charges go back to 1995. 1995, I was 20 years old. She's younger than me. She was a teenager. A teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, so chances are you were never a battered woman. You were always the abuser. Always, through and through, and you still are. The only reason that you're not beating up on somebody right now is because you're single. That's what I believe. That's what I believe.
Fight back. Does that make me a bad person? No.
No, that if that were true, it wouldn't make you a bad person. If it were true, it would not make you a bad person. If the case was that you were a battered woman and you fought back, sure. No, that would not. But I seriously doubt that that was the case, because the chances of that happening 42 times and you being arrested every 42 times, those chances are beyond astronomical. Not probable, to say the very least. So beyond astronomical. So no, there's no way that I believe that for a second. I'm just going to sit here and call you a liar. That's what I'm going to do. You're a liar. You lie.
That makes me normal. That makes me sick and tired.
There's nothing normal about you.
Of getting whooped and beat.
No. See, I'm not going to sit here and let you do that. I'm not going to sit here and let you do that. Crude AF wasn't about to let you sit there and do what you're doing right now either. And I was with him 100% when he was saying it. Like, at the time, me and him were thinking the exact same thing. I'm not going to let you take something as serious as domestic violence and minimize it and make a mockery of it the way that you're doing right now to try to convince people of your bullshit. Because that's a serious, serious thing. There are real victims out there, and there are real people who have actually stood up against domestic violence, and you're disrespecting them by lying right now, because we all know you're lying. We all know you're lying. The evidence dictates that you're lying. So I'm not going to sit here and let you minimize someone who had the bravery to actually stand up to their abuser and fight back. Because it's a rare thing that happens. And you don't have the conviction to do that. You don't have the self-respect, because if you had any self-respect, you'd take accountability for your actions. You don't have any self-respect. Because self-respect requires self-awareness. You don't have any self-awareness. So I'm not going to let you sit here and disrespect every single domestic violence victim out there, because that's what you're doing with your bullshit.
So, they can manipulate that any way that they want to manipulate that. And I don't really care. I really don't. But for them to, and not only that, but physically abuse.
If you don't care, then why have you spent 12 minutes alone? 12 minutes. Now I'm talking mostly here, but so it's not 12 minutes for you guys, but 12 minutes on the marker here. And trust me, I'm not going to go over this whole damn thing. Why, if you don't care, right? If we're so insignificant, why have you been sitting here talking about us so much? Why are you so worried about it? Because me at this point, like man, whatever she tries to pull up on me, let me tell you, dude, I've already gone over that stuff. Like, she's so new to YouTube, man. I've been gone through that bullshit, right? I've been slandered and had to defend myself. You think I'm going to do that anymore? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Anybody who is going to believe any bullshit that she thinks that she uncovered about me, the majority of the people who listen to me are already aware. And the only thing and this is the thing, is I'm perfectly transparent as far as the things about my life. I don't mind. I am the kind of guy that believes wholeheartedly in accountability. So I will openly discuss things regarding my personal life. I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer these things be my business. But when people start twisting it and start calling me things that I'm not, without any proof whatsoever, well, then that's annoying. But I'm to the point to where I've already done it. I don't have anything left to prove anymore. I'm to the point to where if I'm like, well, if you're going to take some shit like that without proof from the hearsay from a very bitter and abusive ex, I can't do anything with you. You're not going to get anything out of this channel. So just don't be here. You know what I mean? Just don't be here. All that does, actually, it works in my favor because it vets people. I want people in my chat who are fact driven. That's what I want, people listening and following my channel because they're fact driven people. That's the kind of chat and the type of subscriber that I want to attract. Fact driven people. Jeremy M, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, and I'm a very open book, sometimes too open. I've been criticized for that, but I have my reasons for being like that. You don't have to respect it. You could always be like, oh, the glare, man, you say too much, man. Why are you so, because I like being that way. I like being, cracking cases. I know you can relate, dude. I like that. I like that side of myself. I like the fact that I can openly face the things, and I like to see who's going to be judgmental and who's not. Because if you can't see that what I do is do everything that I can to be the best person that I can now as possible. Well, I can't do shit with you. There's no way that you and I are going to relate to each other. So happy trails, man. You know, I wish you the best. I hope you find a channel that you like. You know, so you know what I mean. So I'm not worried about, and that's the thing is, I'm not going to do it a third time. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to do it a third time. All that shit comes up again, and I'm not going to give a fuck. You know what I mean? Again, it's going to do is vet. It's going to vet, and it's going to weed out. It's going to drain the kind of people that I want in my chats, which are simply fact-driven people. That's all I want. So anybody who is going to be focused on rumors and, oh my God, what an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And there are things, and there are things that are true, and I've gone over. There are things that are true that I've gone over and talked about and been very candid and open about. And again, I wouldn't be upset with you, because it's something that it's one particular thing that I absolutely regret happening, and it happened, and I'm not proud of it. But regarding my personal life anyway, and I talked about it openly on someone's channel, but that's the only time I'm ever going to do that. So, and it's something that I wouldn't blame you. You might have strong feelings about that particular issue, and if you say, hey, you know what? Fuck the glare for that, man. I wouldn't blame you. That's your prerogative. But I'm not going to let you make that something to get in the way of what I'm trying to do now. Because at the end of the day, that's my personal shit. You know what I mean? It just is. It's my personal shit. You shouldn't know about it in the first place. But here's the funny thing about that too, is these are things that, again, have no proof. So I could have denied them, but I take pride in the fact that I'm not a fucking liar. I could have easily denied these things and nobody would have ever known. So that's okay. If you want to judge me for things that I've done, you absolutely have the freedom to do that. You absolutely have the prerogative to do that. But one thing that you're not going to judge me for is be a liar, because that's something that I'm just not. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. It'll be interesting to find out.
Abused and sexually abused. And they think it's okay for grown men to attack me on the internet.
See, that pisses me off. That pisses me off to no end. So here she is saying that she was sexually abused, physically abused, and maybe she was. Maybe at some point, I don't know. I don't know what her past is like as far as that goes. I've never seen any record of that. I'm not saying, and then that's not to imply that it's not true. What I'm saying is it's just something that I don't know. And if that did happen to her, I feel for her, because that's something that's never, ever, ever going to be okay with me from anybody ever. That's just not okay. But to use that as some sort of, Jeremy, stop sending me money. To use that as some sort of way to manipulate her audience against us, the people that she's named here, me, Crude AF, Burnt Toast, for her to use that, that's low as fuck. And again, that is an absolute and disgusting insult to sexual assault victims. It absolutely is. To say that she suffered from that, I do feel for her if it's true. But why are you using it to try to make your point and attack other people? That makes no sense. Brandy A, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying right now, Burnt Toast. Exactly what I'm saying right now. Even if that did happen to her, she is disgusting to use that as a weapon and wrong on so many levels. Absolutely, man. Like I know that there's a bunch of people in here that have struggled and that have been victims and are struggling with being victims. That's something when you're an assault victim. This is one of the reasons why I talk about SA as much as I do on this channel. It's something that really, really, really gets under my skin. It's something that I have absolutely no patience for. I think it's the most disgusting thing that one human being can do to another. And when somebody does that to somebody, they take something away from them, something that they'll never get back. Something they'll never, ever, 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 ever get back. Now, you can teach yourself how to manage, because this is the thing. When you do that to another human being, sex is never the same for them. You just completely and totally perverted the most beautiful thing that two human beings can do together. You absolutely distorted, destroyed it for that person. Now, it can be redefined for them into a positive thing. It can absolutely happen, but it takes so much strength and it takes so much time and it takes so much work. And 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't happen. People never get over it. People commit suicide over it because you took something away from them that they can never get back. And for you to minimize it like this, Blowhard, for you to minimize it like this into, into that.
And they're a place where I did fight back. Does that make me a bad person? No.
Shut up.
That makes me normal. That makes me sick and tired of getting whooped and beat. So, they can manipulate that any way that they want to manipulate that. And I don't really care. I really don't. But for them to, and not only that, but physically abused and sexually abused. And they think it's okay for grown men to attack me.
Right. So grown men, right? Grown men. Jeremy, thank you. Stop speaking the truth. And I'll stop. I'm just kidding. When I'm able to contribute, I will. Appreciate your passion for the topic. Louisiana girl. Thanks, Jeremy. I'm a proud supporter in the new platforms I've found, but calling these people out for capitalizing on this shit is reprehensible. It's reprehensible. Love and peace. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Louisiana girl. At least I think so. I just wasn't sure if I read what you're saying right, but thank you. Yeah, all of a sudden to turn that into men attacking women, right? To take that and use it as a weapon to imply that men are attacking women. Like, we don't care as men. We don't care about SA victims and we don't care about DV victims. You're a disgusting piece of shit. This is actually an example of somebody who is actually abusive because she is twisting things and manipulating things in order to hurt others. I mean, that's all she's doing. That's all she's doing. Lara, she don't know what battered woman feels. I was 11 years wife of a man who was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. After all he did with my head and body, I would never hurt anyone. Jesus, I'm sorry to hear that, Cass. And he was actually diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. That's crazy. That must have been difficult to diagnose. Yeah, she's a fucking Karen. And that's the thing is another difference. I'm going to just get her out of here because I'm going to keep this at 2 hours if I can. But so yeah, I've heard enough of her. And I was going to play some Molly Golightly too about the whole, let me just cover that. We all predicted it. You know, Molly Golightly was slowly distancing herself from these people, and now she's completely separated herself. And so that's done. That's absolutely done. And you know, I don't have to sit here and subject you guys to having to listen to her voice because I, you know, and I'll listen to Blowhard, you know, Boob. I'll listen to her all day before I have to listen to Molly Golightly's voice. Honestly, like as far as sound goes, as far as pitch, but, you know, I just think it's such a, you know, these people have absolutely no accountability for their actions. And they lack self-awareness 100%. And as long as they continue to make content, you know, Burnt Toast, Crude AF, they're going to have content. They're going to have content, and it's great. It's absolutely great. But, and you know what? The next case, or if they continue to do this with Summer Wells, well, then I'll be all over that too. But in the meantime, like, because it seems like they've already, I mean, it seems like they've been defeated. I was watching Crude AF earlier. He had the sub count up there on his screen. And as far as I'm concerned, like I said, what I got in this for is mission accomplished. You know, all I ever wanted to do was discredit them to the point to where people started to not take them seriously. Because the more people that take them seriously, the more it interferes with the investigation to locate Summer Wells and get answers for her. So I think that law enforcement is now probably back on track without these distractions. So what I came in this to do is done. I just want law enforcement to be able to do their jobs without distractions and without interference. And I'm happy about that. But now if they continue their bullshit, they continue to harass people, I'll be up here doing the same exact thing. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back and revisit some of the old cases that I was talking about before. But right now we have to understand, folks, that there's no updates as far as Summer Wells' case. There's no updates right now. And we just have to be patient. We're not entitled to know what law enforcement is doing, what their tactics are. Oh, Burnt Toast. That means a lot, man. And I was actually saying the same thing earlier because I was saying this at the beginning of my stream, what I'm saying now. But this is just for the people who joined since then. But yeah, dude, I feel like I made friends, you know, you and Crude AF. And actually, let me check real quick on something. All right. We're not there yet, but we got Crude AF over 100 more subscribers. So thank you guys for that. but he's almost, yeah. So just, I'd say 800 more, 800. He's 800 away from 10K, dude. And I really want to see him get that at some point tonight. I would love to see that. But yeah, I was saying, Burnt Toast, I was saying that, you know, having this common interest in calling these people out, you know, I got to know some new channels, and I'm really grateful for that. So I'm going to be really, really enjoying your channel moving forward, as well as Crude AF. And I'm just having a blast getting to know you guys. So it's not like a goodbye or anything. I'm just saying I'm going to be not so focused on the Boob crew so much, because they seem to have disbanded and they seem to have lost interest in the Summer Wells case, which was my goal to begin with. So we won as far as that goes. But, you know, you guys are Lulz Cow channels, man. Like, they're going to continue to do stupid shit, and I'm going to just keep watching it and love it. Let's see. Navy Jet for the Broken. She has no idea what an SA or DV victim has to endure. It's a lifetime sentence. Exactly. It's not something you can just get over. Sometimes you end up alone because you can't trust and may never trust. Well said. Thank you. Yeah, score one for real crime. Heard that. I think Dad Challenge podcast is actually live right now. But yeah, real quick little update, because this is something I did cover the Gabby Petito case pretty extensively. Sorry. And the update was the latest update is that the FBI has released some contents, or released some information regarding the notebook that was found where Brian Laundrie was found. And the notebook confirms that there is a confession from Brian Laundrie in that notebook that he had actually murdered Gabby Petito. Now, that's no big shocker. We all knew that. But now we have that there's a confirmation that there is a written confession, which is a big deal. A very, very, very big deal. Man, and I went live way too soon. My voice is not ready for this. I'm going to be drinking some hot tea. Yo, has anybody type of one, if you've been following Ozark on Netflix, dude? We're just going to talk a little shit real quick before I cut this off. Okay. Lots of ones. So I'm watching it. See, the thing is I've been waiting for this fourth season for like 2 years. And like, I haven't started. I can't get past Bird Toast. I can't get past the first like episode of The Witcher. And it's not because the show sucks to me or anything like that. It's just that it's one of those shows that just always falls under bad luck. And I can't get, I get distracted by something. And then like, I just never get past it. And then I just forget all about it and then find something else inadvertently. Always happens. But Ozark is an amazing show. First of all, I got to point out, those are the worst parents on the face of the planet ever. Fiction or real life. These are the worst parents. I mean, not literally. I mean, there are parents who have done much worse things to their kids, but it is so crazy to me that like they made a show out of these people. Like, all they do is lie to their kids while dragging them into what they're doing and lie to them anyway. Like, it's awful. It's awful. And the mom, I loathe. I despise the mom. I don't even like the actress. Laura Linney or whatever her name is. I can't stand Wendy Bird. I can't stand Wendy Bird. I think she is an awful, disgusting, trifling bitch. Even though she's not necessarily the protagonist at all. But I can't stand her. I can't stand her. But I'm loving the show. I'm absolutely loving the show. It's so well written, dude. Okay, I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I just don't like her. I don't like her face, bro. I don't like the expression she makes. She makes these condescending, horrible. Now, because she's perfect for the role. Don't get me wrong. She's perfect for the role. But from the beginning of the show to the end, she has done nothing but betray her husband, and he sticks with her. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And spoilers, sorry. I mean, if you consider that to be a spoiler, I apologize. But it's just an observation I'm making about the character. Dude, I just got something with those actresses, man. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like. I don't like the Laura Linneys or the Helen Hunts, or I just don't like. I don't like them. What are you talking about? She's not divorced. What are you talking about? Listen, don't be spoiling anything with me, because like I binge watched, and I timed it almost perfectly, because I binged watched the first 3 seasons while I was sitting here sick as hell, just laying here, just like, right? And just binge watched 3 seasons of this show, which I already watched. But what happens, they take 2 years to bring out a new season, and I forget everything that happened. So I binge watched all 3 seasons. And then just when I finished the 3rd season, the 4th season had come out today. And then I was like, boom, ready to go and start that new season. And I love it. I'm really, really happy about it. I know it's make believe. Like, just let me have my dreams, okay? Let me enjoy it. But yeah, yeah. So I'm about to start the 2nd episode, I think. Because I'm really digging the 4th season so far, and it's the final season. So what's cool is, if you haven't watched Ozark, you could start it now, and you're not going to be hanging for another 2 years for another season. You could just watch the whole series now from beginning to end if you want to binge it. So I do highly recommend it, but I can't say that I recommend it completely, because I don't know how the series ends yet. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm only on the 2nd episode of the final season. So dude, Cobra Kai's dope too, man. Cobra Kai, man, this last season of Cobra Kai had me like, what? Like, every gripe that I had about the previous seasons, like, they corrected in this last season. It's awesome. Yeah, HBO Max is super worth it. Like, if you like your DC superheroes, and you like, dude, in my opinion, HBO Max is worth getting just for Curb Your Enthusiasm. To me, that's the greatest comedy. Those two, I mean, obviously, because and Yellowstone is super good. And I just started 1883, which I'm enjoying so far too, which is a prequel to uh a prequel to all right, you win handle of the day, by the way. I've seen you in other chats, but you win handle of the day, Hugh Janis. And yes, 1883 is the prequel to Yellowstone. I'm all caught up on Yellowstone, which I think is great. But I'm enjoying 1883 too. Oh, yeah, I have to catch up on Dexter. I don't get Showtime, so I got to kind of bootleg that shit. I'm not real proud of that, but I'm not perfect. I guess I'm really a criminal, Horn Betty. Oh! But yeah, the new season of Dexter, I watched like the first 3 episodes and I'm not all caught up on it, but I might. We'll see. Yeah, be real. Yeah, totally. Curb Your Enthusiasm is, is so funny. I laugh just thinking about it. Just thinking about it, I laugh. It's so good. It's like I haven't watched Criminal. I haven't watched that. I like The Ranch too. Oh, I just rewatched The Sopranos too. A couple months ago. Like I rewatched the whole series again. I'm glad I did too. I'm actually glad I did. And then there's that prequel movie that's pretty awesome where like James Gandolfini's son actually plays like a young version of him and he looks just like him. It's crazy. Right. I mean, it's Larry David. He created. Oh, yeah, you're right. I am a criminal. I need to be redeemed to the one I've sinned against because he's all I ever knew of a love. I don't think I watched Hell on Wheels. Yeah, I'm a total criminal because I bootleg. I'll go to a site. And it's annoying, man. The site that I go to, man, like it's got all these pop-ups and it's, like before I could even get play on it, like it's like some ad. Like it's ridiculous. Like grow your penis 25 inches. Like the fuck am I gonna do with that? Ridiculous. Do you think I'm gonna confirm or disconfirm a bootleg movie site in here? Come on, man. I'm not doing that. Oh, you're sweet. Is Panda still back? No, she went to go lay down somewhere else. She got sick of sitting next to my dumb ass. I don't think I ever finished Boardwalk Empire. I started it, but I never finished it. I watched like maybe the first 2 seasons, I think, or something like that, or the first season. I never got into Rome. Like, I never got into Game of Thrones either. Everybody's like, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones. Everybody went nuts over that. And then I watched like I watched the first episode and I was like, and then just didn't bother with the rest of it. And then the last episode, everybody was like, oh my God, the final episode of Game of Thrones. It was like the most watched thing. Everybody stayed home. The roads were empty. It was crazy. Right. And then like I'm watching it and I'm like, glad I never got into this. My buddy was all excited about it, and I'm just shitting all over it the whole time. Oh man. I couldn't. I couldn't. I was like, this sucks, dude. But he got mad at me because I was like, why does the little person have such a complex? He's like, shut up. Oh my God. I'm so stupid. I'm such a child. Uh, Dude, I love your vids again, only if there's mac and cheese involved, but I am only able to show up like once a month, but always check out your channel. Dude, like, don't feel okay. Now you're giving me the vibe that you get like a monthly income of some sort and you come in here and just drop money because I only see you in here and once time a month, like you're saying, and you're dropping money like crazy, which I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong, but don't feel like you can only come in here and you're not welcome in here unless you're dropping money. Like I'm gonna see Jeremy M and be like, is he gonna super chat me 1,000 times? No, dude. I'm just glad you're here. Like, as a matter of fact, it makes me feel kind of weird that you feel the need to do that. I know you do it out of the kindness of your heart, but don't ever feel like if that's the case that it's ever expected. Please don't ever feel like that. Like that's another thing I wanted to talk about before I put a pause on talking about these people, man. Like, that's the difference. You know what I mean? Christina Gilmore, welcome. That's the big difference, man, is cool, good. That's all I just wanted to make sure you didn't feel that way, man. That's the difference. When you have somebody, I mean, it's a question of character. How are you gonna sit there and you're gonna call me, you're gonna call Crude AF, and you're gonna call Burnt Toast criminals, and that we're only doing this for money when we don't mention it? The only time you hear us mention money here is when we're saying thank you. That's it. You'll never hear me ask for it or beg for it. Never. I could get an Amazon wish list. People have suggested for me to get an Amazon wish list, and I'm like, nope. The merch that I sell here, like I didn't do that. My mods did that. People have been bugging me, hey, make merch. And I'm like, okay, maybe, I mean, that's not what this is for me, man. This is fun. This is supposed to be fun. And that's what I'm talking about. It's, for me, and this is not to criticize any other creators. It's not at all, because like I said, I'm a big fan of these creators. But it's not fun for me to drag and roast people who are just dragging and roasting each other. You know what I mean? That's something that just it's not a side of YouTube that I've ever really been interested in. But if those people are interfering with a criminal, or not a criminal, a criminal investigation or a missing persons investigation, where they're costing someone justice, a family justice, well then, yeah, I'm going to drag and roast them and I'm going to make it fun. Absolutely. But it's not, you know what I mean? Like people doing that to each other, you know what I mean? And they're just YouTube creators. It's, I'll listen to it, whatever, but I'm not going to get in it. You know what I mean? It's just not. I've done it before and it wasn't fun and it was uncomfortable, and people started with their little, there's this little click over here and this little click, and if you talk to them, you can't be cool with you and blah blah blah. And it's very, I can't do that. It's not, I don't have the DNA for that. So I just, it's not for me. So that's why like I said, this whole this whole thing for me was all about how these idiots were screwing with an investigation and harassing a victim's family. Yeah, I know, burnt toast. I'm not talking about you. That's all that was for me. And like I said, mission accomplished. Like big fist pump, burnt toast. So, fist bump to burnt toast, fist pump to crude AF, man. Like we did it. Like they're done with summer as far as I'm concerned. So I'm gonna be moving on to another subject soon. I'm gonna focus on learning my way around this freaking computer that I have no idea how to work. And then I'm going to focus on putting out some better content. And then hopefully continue to grow. And you guys have really helped this channel grow a lot. I mean, I can't believe I've gotten, nearly 12. How many? I haven't even really looked. Yeah, nearly 2,000 subscribers since New Year's. That's crazy. Because you guys are fucking awesome. So I'm really grateful for that. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that, because I don't want to disappoint you and mislead you, because I know that I got a lot of subscribers from that community too. And so I don't want to be disappointing to you guys moving forward with my content. So I just want to give you guys a heads up of the direction that I'm going to be going. Oh, Peaky Blinders. And there's a new season coming out of that too. But I think I'm just going to watch I don't even need to do that. I'm already caught up on that. Like I just recently finished Peaky Blinders. I don't need to rewatch that whole series. That's like 5 or 6 seasons, dude. I'm not redoing that. I mean, I might, who knows? But it just seems like a lot when I think about it. Like, do I really want to do all that? But yeah. But anyways, guys, dude, I love you too, Jeremy M. Thanks so much, man, you're way too generous, man. But I really appreciate it. Guys, yeah, I mean, I hope to continue to see you guys moving forward. And I will definitely be seeing you guys in chats, because I enjoy watching it. Don't get me wrong. It's funny. I enjoy it. But anyways, guys, I love you. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.